there, Shanna here. Welcome back to my channel all about finding joy and living well with autoimmune. I am so glad you're here. So I am thrilled. My son Garrett and I are leaving tomorrow morning bright and early to go to Yellowstone as well as the Grand Tetons. We have never been there. I am so excited. So in this video, I will be sharing with you how I prepared, what I'm packing. A little bit of backstory is I love to travel, and when I was at my rock bottom, I couldn't travel. And then when I started to travel again, it looked a lot different than how I used to travel before my diagnosis and before learning how to live well with autoimmune. And so one of my passions is to be able to travel and get outdoors while also supporting my health in the way that I need to so I could feel my best. And so I'm gonna go over a couple things that help me. Number one, I try to think about what is the goal of the trip. The goal of this trip is to really just spend time with my son. He is almost 17. He was instrumental in planning this. This is somewhere he is so excited to go to. I just want to go spend time with him, enjoy the outdoors, see some of God's beautiful creations, and just reconnect. In order to do that, I want to make sure I'm supporting my health and feeling my best. So another thing I do a few weeks prior or a few months prior, it depends on how much notice I have, is I start to think about where are we going to stay, what restaurants are there, what health food stores are there, what grocery stores are there. I'm gonna pack my food. Are there plenty of healthy places I can eat that I feel confident eating, that I'm not gonna have like a cross-contamination issue? Am I gonna have access to a kitchen? Am I not gonna have access to a kitchen, and so on? And so when we were originally planning this trip, we were thinking we were gonna go back in July. And so we were actually going to tent camp, which we used to do when our kids were really little. July got really busy. We had a lot of things going on. This trip got pushed to now we're in September, and so it's a lot cooler. And so we decided that it's also obviously a lot more work to tent camp, so we decided that we are going to glamp. Found these, it's called Yellowstone under canvas. I'll tell you more about this later. But the bottom line is, between where we're staying in North Yellowstone and West Yellowstone and the Tetons, I am not gonna have access to a kitchen, which means that either I need to find some healthy places that I feel comfortable eating, that, that I feel like I'm not gonna accidentally get, like a cross-contamination issue, or I need to pack all my food. Not sure exactly how timing is going to go, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna get stuck somewhere and not be close to somewhere I can eat. And I also didn't find a lot of healthy options. And our family went on a cruise out of Galveston in August, so just a few weeks ago, and I had researched Galveston, found a couple places that I felt super comfortable eating. We flew in, we got there, we went to go eat dinner, and the places that I found weren't there, or did not have the options that I thought they did, or were closed. And so thankfully for that, we were staying in a hotel that had like a little stove and a kitchenette and a fridge. And so I DoorDashed. No, it wasn't DoorDash, it was like Instacart maybe. Anyway, I either DoorDashed or Instacarted some groceries from a Target and was able to cook something for myself. But I'm kind of like a little bit weary after that experience. That's the only time I've had that happen. Usually I find places and they work out great. But since I don't know exactly where we're gonna end up, we're gonna be in nature. We don't wanna feel rushed if we're enjoying a hike and we wanna stay longer in a location. I don't wanna be rushed to get to X, Y, or Z so that I can eat. And so what I decided to do for this trip is to pack all of my food and most of Garrett's food. We're gonna be gone for a total of 4 nights, 5 days. Obviously, packing all my meals is a lot to think about, and so there's different ways to do it. I'm gonna kind of go through with you and show you how I've done it this time. I have done this for other trips too, and I just kind of adjust and make adjustments as needed based on what I'm feeling and what's going on in my life prior to the trip. So let's go ahead and I'll show you. All right, so we are packing everything in 2 tubs. So I'm going to show you, I got these tubs from Home Depot a while ago. I'll show you what this tub has in it, and then this is our food tub as well, and then I'll show you our cooler. we're taking. I need to clean it off. As you can tell, we just got out of our shed. Apparently it's made by Cascade Mountain Tech. We got this from Costco a while ago. And it's pretty big and gnarly, and it keeps things cold for a while. Alrighty, so what about breakfasts? So I love smoothies for breakfast, and what I've done in the past when I travel is I'll bring like a Nutribullet. At home I have a Vitamix. I'll travel with like a Nutribullet, but we are not going to have electricity. We're in the like tent things that we're staying in, and we do have a plug in our truck, but I checked on the voltage and it's not enough to plug in a Nutribullet. And so what I did was I got a Nutribullet Flip. I hadn't heard of these before. So what it is you put your smoothie ingredients in here, you put the lid on, and as you can see, the little blender part is in the lid. I'll put a link to this in the description. And then you screw it on and you push the button. It's supposed to blend. I'm assuming you do upside down or something. And then you can either drink it out of here, or there is a travel lid as well. So how I've been liking my smoothies lately is I use homemade almond milk. So I have an almond cow, which I love. If you haven't heard of those, I'll link those as well. Super easy way to make your own almond milk. I think there's other easy ways as well. This is just what I tried and I love it. My mom has one, she loves it too. And so let me show you. So here's what the almond milk looks like from the almond cow. It comes with one of these glass storage bottles. You can use a different one. Garrett and I use almond milk for things like smoothies and protein shakes and like cereal and granola and different things. And so I made 2 of these, and I actually froze 2. And I needed an extra one of these, so I got them off Amazon for like $19. I think you can get cheaper glass ones too. And so I had never tried freezing it before. I froze 2 of them. One of them worked. It looks kind of funky, but you know, I'll just like shake it up when it unfreezes. And then I went to get the other one out to show you, and it broke. So that is such a bummer. Brand new bottle and it broke, but and then I'm wasting all that. I guess I can, I'm gonna figure it out. So anyways, how I've been enjoying smoothies lately is I do a cup of almond milk, or half a cup almond milk, half a cup of water. You could do like coconut milk or some other kind of milk too. And then I've been loving blueberries. So I made these smoothie packs, and I know I'm gonna get shredded in the comments about having plastic Ziploc bags. I'm human, it's just where I am. Stasher bags would be fantastic for this too. I don't have any, I haven't gotten any. Back when they first came out, I thought they were so expensive, and so I think they've come down a lot in price, and it's like on my list, but I don't have them yet. So you're gonna see a lot of plastic and Ziplocs in this video because I'm traveling and it's what works. Blueberries, some coconut oil in here, some almond butter, some pumpkin seeds, some hemp seeds, some chia seeds, and then I also add some collagen peptides. I use Garden of Eden collagen peptides now, and I really like those, so I'll link that too. Notice there's no greens in here. Sometimes I, add greens and sometimes I don't. Let's go ahead and try to make one of those smoothies in the Nutribullet Flip so we can see if it works. All right, so I'm gonna do a cup of almond milk. And I'm actually want to test this to see how it's going to work on my trip. And so I'm actually just going to throw in one of the smoothie packets, and then to see how like the ratios are going to work for me. To spill some blueberries all over the place. And then I'm going to blend this before I throw in the collagen. Let's cross our fingers, hope this works, and hope I don't make a mess. All right, I would think I do this, wouldn't you, since the thing's in the cup? I guess I could read the instructions, but. I think you have to stop it. Let's see how it looks. looks really good, you guys. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, I'm gonna throw in the collagen, give it another whirl. All right, so this is the collagen I use right now. It's the Garden of Life, oh, I said Garden of Eden earlier. Garden of Life collagen, you're good. Not Garden of Eden, Garden of Life. And it's 20 grams per serving, and it has 18 grams of protein per scoop. So I'm just gonna add 1 scoop in there, and then sometimes I add a little bit over a scoop too. It depends on when I know I'm getting some more protein. All right, so I used to use Vital Proteins collagen, and they got bought out by somebody years ago, and I haven't really liked their collagen ever since. So if you're like, when did that happen? It's been a bit. Further Foods also makes a great collagen. All right, so this looks awesome. So I can either drink it out of here, or they actually have a travel lid as well. I'm gonna try this lid first. Yeah, that worked awesome. This is gonna be fantastic for my trip. It does come with like a little charger that I can just plug into the truck if I need to charge it. So this is gonna be a game changer for traveling, for being on the go. I'll link it if you're interested. I did think it was expensive, just a heads up. So it's an investment in traveling and being on the go. Maybe a good gift for like a birthday or Christmas. So, all right, so I'm doing smoothies. Garrett loves these gluten-free donuts. We get them at our natural grocers. There's like sugar and stuff in them. The only thing he is gluten-free, and so that's a fun little thing he'll do for breakfast. He also loves AG1, so athletic greens. So trick, if you know somebody in your life that loves athletic greens, you can make it taste so much better by adding it to orange juice. So he also will drink his AG1 and some orange juice, shake it up. So I'm bringing some OJ with us. I'll bring his canister of AG1 and then his cup so that he could shake it up each day. I also bought, it's supposed to come today, it hasn't come yet, on Amazon, a little dish basin that collapses into a cutting board too, so that we can cut fruit, we can wash, you know, some dishes in it. The other tricky part about our trip is where we're staying. We cannot have food in our little tent because of bears. And so we are going to be leaving our cooler and our tubs and our food inside of our truck. For lunches and dinners, what I'll usually do before we have a trip like this is in the weeks leading up to it, I'll make, you know, double dinner. I'll make extras at dinner, and then I'll portion some out and I'll freeze some of them, and I'll just throw like 1 or 2 portions in the freezer. And then you do that over, you know, the course of, you know, a couple of weeks, and you have a lot of extra meals in the freezer. But the thing about our family and me is so I work from home. My husband, he works, you know, from home half the time, and so we're home a lot, and so we love to eat our leftovers for lunch. And so we've been doing that, and so we didn't have any extra meals in the freezer. And so what I did this time is last night I just did 2 big batches of 2 meals that I portioned out, and I froze half of them for later in our trip, a little over half of them, and then I kept some in the fridge for when we leave tomorrow and for Saturday. And so what we did was we made Garrett's favorite meal, which is Mongolian ground beef. I made a double batch of it. The recipe is on Unbound Wellness. I will link it below. And then I put mine over sweet potato, and then I put his over rice. A great way to up protein and nutrients when making rice is to cook it in bone broth. Which I did not do this time because I was in a hurry and all my bone broth was frozen and I didn't want to unfreeze it, but just a little tip there. The other thing that's great to do with the Mongolian beef is to add some broccoli or some other veggies in here. I was in a hurry, so I didn't have time, so I'm going with done is better than perfect. So mine has some sweet potato and some Mongolian beef. The other thing that I did was I just made a gigantic batch of hash, and I put, let's see, one of my favorite things about hash is you can switch up, you know, your protein and the veggies that you use and the seasonings and the herbs that you use. You can serve it on like a bed of lettuce or like other greens. So in this one today, rather, and the one I made last night. This one has grass-fed ground beef, and I know I get asked, so I get our meat from Buy Ranch Direct. I don't have an affiliate link or a discount code yet, but I'll try to get one for you guys. I love their meat. I used to use Butcher Box years ago. Now I use Buy Ranch Direct, and I love them, and I love their meat. So grass-fed ground beef, there's carrots, there's zucchini, there's purple sweet potato, there's white sweet potato, and there's mushrooms. And so just a great way to get a bunch of nutrients in. I used some of my favorite seasoning from Well Seasoned Table, which is just a business out of Asheville, North Carolina. They have great seasonings, and I used their magic garlic dust. And then I also put some coconut aminos in here. A lot of times what I will do if I make a big hash is I won't season it yet. And then that way as we eat it, we can kind of season it. Like Garrett will put like, you know, some ketchup on it or, you know, something else. In this case, we're traveling, so I just went ahead and seasoned it. The other thing I love to do with hash is put it on a bed of arugula. So I bought a thing of arugula just to have with us in case I want to get some greens in as well. That is kind of the plan. I also got some lunch meat just to take with us. Lunch meat that is like really great quality and doesn't have nitrates or anything like that in it. In, you know, my opinion, is really pricey, and so we don't buy it that often, but these are two brands I love. I got them at Natural Grocers. I think Whole Foods carries them. I know other places carry them too. So I got True Story Organic Smoked Turkey Breast. They love their honey turkey as well. And then I got Mary's Organic Turkey Breast Honey Roasted. I was also going to add too, I did have some meals in the freezer from earlier in the year. I ordered some Paleo on the go meals, and I ordered some Balanced Bite meals. So both of those, there's other options out there too, but Paleo on the go meals does have AIP meals that come to you frozen. All you have to do is heat them up. I do think they're pretty pricey, but it's like instead of eating out, and so I don't eat them every day. And then Balanced Bites is another option. Their meals aren't AIP. I'm not sure if they have AIP options, but they're great options for healthy meals. So I'll show you which two I'm bringing. This is how both of them come, kind of packaged like this. And so I'm bringing a shepherd's pie from Paleo on the Go, and then I'm bringing a Mediterranean chicken bowl from Balanced Bites. Balanced Bites are good. Just a heads up, I find them to be pretty heavy, as well as Paleo on the Go. I do find them to be kind of heavy, like a lot of sauces. I actually bought meals from them earlier in the year because we had a trip, and I was in a place where I didn't have the capacity to do like a lot of food prep, and so those are great options for that type of a situation if the budget allows. And I went on a trip where I took almost all Balanced Bite meals, and I ate them like twice a day for like a few days, and I got like it was really heavy. So they're great, they taste good from my experience from the ones I've tried, but just a heads up that like I don't know, am I more of a plain eater maybe? I don't know, maybe I'm more of a boring eater, but it did feel kind of like a lot for eating that many in a row. So I found they're great just to kind of throw in and have on hand and supplement. So if you're wondering how I'm going to heat all this stuff up, I have a tool that I love. I've shared about it a lot years ago. It's called a Hot Logic, and it is basically a hot plate. You plug it in, so we're planning on plugging it in the car, and then you can just put your meal in there, close it up, it will be hot. I like to allow at least like 45 minutes, half an hour or 45 minutes to heat up. It's not a microwave, it's not something that happens quickly. I also like to heat it up in glass. So all of the Snapware I have, all of the food storage is glass. These are obviously plastic, so I'll just go ahead and transfer them to a glass one after I've used it and then heat it up. So I'm also bringing like dish soap, a sponge, and then like I said, I have my dish basin as well. Places that we stay also do have some options that Garrett can eat at that are gluten-free, but I'm just not confident in how gluten-free it is, and Garrett is not nearly as sensitive as me. If he gets a little bit, he's okay, whereas if I get a little bit out for the count. So we can always grab him food too. Desserts, I'm not doing any desserts except for like fruit and stuff like that. So I'm bringing some apples and some peaches and some avocado to slice up and add to my meals. I'm bringing some oranges. And then Garrett, so we have this bakery in Salt Lake. It's called City Cakes. They have a couple of locations in Salt Lake and they sell in local stores too. So these are some of our family's favorites. They're peanut butter bars. They're not AIP, not paleo. They have sugar in them, but they are gluten-free. I think these are even vegan and dairy-free. So dairy-free, gluten-free, and vegan, really, really yummy. If you come to Salt Lake and you do well with, you know, sugar and that type of thing, you've got to go to City Cakes. They are fantastic. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the food that we are packing in our tubs, as well as some other little things that we're packing as well. So let's talk just like the snacks that we're bringing and other foods just to have on hand. So I found this. It's organic just pineapple by Cairns Naturals. I haven't seen this. It's just like freeze-dried pineapple. Should we open it and see? I mean, it's pineapple, so it's gotta be good, right? Let's see. It was good. So that was a score. I got that at Natural Grocers. And kind of like a bag of just, you know, meat sticks. So Paleo Valley are my current favorite. I also have some Chomps in here. Paleo Valley, we have the summer sausage flavor and the teriyaki flavor. Chomps, we have original. Bringing these little packs of organic nuts. It's got hazelnuts, pecans. Do you say pecan or pecan? Just curious. Pistachios, macadamias, cashews, walnuts, and almonds. I think I got these on Amazon. Who's the brand? Healthier Everyday, I think is the brand. They're just like travel packs. I actually got them to bring on our cruise. And then I found these gems on Amazon too. They're just organic dates, Julie's travel packs. And then I also got these almond butter travel packs. So I love dates with almond butter. Got these travel packs on Amazon too. They are Spread the Love. It is not organic, so just a heads up. I am bringing paper plates, bowls, some tea. So I'm bringing some throat comfort tea because it's super dry right now. Some stress relief tea because I just like the flavor. It's honey lavender. I'm bringing some protein powder. So this is my current favorite. It is Amy Meyers Paleo Protein Grass-Fed Pasture Raised. This is the double chocolate. I like to add it to almond milk or to water. It's really good too if you add some almond butter to it. I'm realizing it sounds like I eat a lot of almond butter. I don't. Usually. As you can tell, I'm not like AIP anymore. I have a lot of reintros. So just a heads up if you are AIP, realize that not everything I'm saying is AIP. I got this on Amazon. She has it on her website as well. Also a heads up, it doesn't do well in a shaker cup, like a protein shaker cup. And so I actually do a blender with this. And so I'm bringing this not really as a meal, right? But just as like, hey, we're out on a hike and we just got back and I'm not ready to eat, but I need something. And my son Garrett likes this too. I'll put peanut butter in his and a banana. He also likes Just Ingredients has a strawberry and cream protein powder. So I'm bringing him, which he prefers over that. And so I'm bringing little Ziplocs of his protein powder. We'll just add that with just almond milk and that does fine in a shaker cup. And so I'm bringing a shaker cup. These I got on Amazon. They're fantastic. They're glass, but they also have like that silicone, so they're like really great for traveling. But this again is not really a meal, just to have on hand in case he needs that. I love Lovebird cereal. I love their strawberry flavor. They have a lot of different flavors. This is AIP and paleo. Pretty awesome. Just a heads up that it's great for like a dessert even. I love it with almond milk. You could do coconut milk. You could do regular milk. I also like to bring some Wild Zora freeze-dried meals just in case I need them. You just add water. It doesn't even have to be hot water. It tastes better if it's hot water, but I don't think it tastes very good anyway. Sorry. Also bringing some electrolytes. I have LMNT here. This is the watermelon salt flavor, which is my favorite flavor. And I also have some hot cocoa packs. So Laird Hamilton makes a superfoods hot chocolate that I love. It's not AIP, so check the ingredients to make sure you have all of the reintros. And I made little packs with hot chocolate and with collagen so that it's usually pretty easy to get hot water places. And so I'll just bring these with me if I want some, and then I'll order like a cup of hot water, and then I'll just like mix it in. I also brought collagen for my smoothies as well with, I just put it all in one Ziploc, and then I brought a little scoop with that as well. And then as far as other non-food items that we are bringing our paddle boards. So in this tub here, I have, we're gonna do some hiking. So we have, this is actually the backpack I use for snowboarding, but it works great for hiking too. Has a lot of different pockets and compartments. Fits great, so we're bringing that. Bringing some headlamps and some flashlights. Bringing some bear spray. Bringing binoculars. We have a couple different pairs. We're so excited to see a bunch of wildlife. We have our paddleboard pump. We actually got a new electric one we haven't tried yet. So bringing a hammock. So this hammock we got on Amazon, Wise Owl. It works pretty good. We actually, this one was a much better price. I think this is the one we got on Amazon. Costco has them too for a pretty good price, and they're super easy to set up. And then we have our Cliq Chairs. So these are actually great for traveling if you don't have a lot of space. Or even just like if you don't want to bring like a big chair, if you're not sure you're going to need like a full-on camping chair. But we're bringing these in case we're like stopping somewhere for lunch. We could always sit on the bed of the truck, but we just thought we might want chairs too. So these are called Cliq Chairs, and we got a pack of 4 of them years and years ago. I think my husband got clickbaited on these like years ago. Fold up really small. We got a pack of 4 and they were worth every penny. That is a look at kind of what we're packing. I also pack supplements. I have a little travel pack of supplements. Finishing packing up, we're headed out first thing in the morning. So excited. You know,